index, right? So we bought into the NASDAQ up here, and you can see that we're in a big profit. We sold the Russell. So you can see we ended up selling the Russell now, and we've bought the NASDAQ against that storyline. And you can see just how much money we can actually make on these bits of business, guys. I mean, it's crazy money at times. And you might be thinking, that's quite good. That's $6,000. Yep. That's $6,000. What about this one now? This is the latest screenshot now. $10,000. $10,000, guys, on 20 contracts, on 20 contract spread trade on a double alpha at the top edge. 10 grand. And I booked it. 10 grand and I booked it. So what the hell did I sell that made 10 grand? Well, here it is here. So if you remember, I bought this blue line, but I was concerned because equities are falling. And what I said was, well, if we get the top edge, there's not going to be much upside on the 2s, 10s if equities have dropped like this. So the one thing that we can understand is that the 2s, 10s is probably not going to rise any further, at least for the time being. So the probability is if I sell this narrative up here, if I sell the cyclicals and I buy the NASDAQ, which is this green line in the background, I should be able to make some money, right? So I sold that trade. That's exactly where that green line is. And it's dropped all the way down to the bottom edge. $10,000 on a 20 spread with my reputation. That's all right, isn't it? That's all right, mate. So you can see these little spreads. I mean, we showed you the spread from earlier today. This was it here. You can see it made $1,500, and then we showed you this earlier spread, which was the S&P Russell trade, and that made $2,000. And then this one's just gone and made $10,000. 10 grand. It's not a bad little day's spread trading, is it, guys? Not a bad little day's spread trading. You may be saying, well, how much can you make on these? Well, these are all I've done today in terms of spread trading, okay? So I've not really done very much on NinjaTrader outside of putting these spreads on so that I could show you the spreads. You know yourself, I haven't really been looking at anything else and doing trades on anything. There were a couple of small ones elsewhere, but this is how the spread trading is done today. You can see there's nothing else in there, is there? So you can see the actual profit and loss on spread trading today. You can see there it is right there. There's the profit and loss right there. $19,600 profit spread trading the S&P, the Russell, and the NASDAQ predominantly. There has been one or two small trades on some of the other markets when we've been talking about them. I think there was the Euro trade and there was another one, but 19 grand predominantly on spreads, which is a pretty reasonable return on your money, isn't it? Considering you're trying desperately to reduce risk in terms of the equity direction, and you're trying to put that risk instead into basically an interest rate direction. So when I'm looking at the equity markets falling like this, the chances of the 2s, 10s holding on to a bid must be getting less, right? Must be getting less. The chances of holding on to a spread and a 2s, 10s spread must be getting less. And if the 2s, 10s spread is getting less, then the chances of a Russell NASDAQ trade going any higher must be getting smaller and smaller and smaller if it's just made a new high print, which it just did. The logic therefore makes an awful lot of sense. The logic makes an awful lot of sense off the high prints then. Now, we can see that they've started to buy volatilities, haven't they? They've started to sell volatilities. They bought the orange line again. So there's definitely a seller of vols again today, guys. So that's going to find a bottom edge on equities now. So just bear that in mind.